some of these teams that they've been able to ride out with. And especially when we look on Train, the map win percentage is very, very flat for both of the teams. 40% for Smash, 41% for Endpoint, but they play a hell of a lot more maps. 17 for Endpoint, 7 wins, 10 losses, so it's not perfect. They've definitely had some good wins, against the likes of Sprout, snatching away a very close 16-14. Movistar Riders, 16-7. Whereas Smash, they've not got the best of results under their belt, but they do have at least, they've got victories over Skade and Simon, but they have lost more than they've won, interestingly enough. So we'll see where this goes. Pistol round is live, though. Safe, he'll be the man to take the defuse kit. Smoke in hand as well for that ninja if possible. But Endpoint, very slow, very calm approach, as to be expected. We've seen them do this before. Sitting down into the back of Ivy, they've got the utility. A flat default for Endpoint, but I do like this. Starting out nice and composed. But it's Smash that really have to prove it for me. With Safe in here, I'm concerned about missing Fates. That's the one big outlier for me.
Oh yeah, I concur. Like it's an issue that they will have to somehow address and not get overly stressed about it. But as you said, execution by Endpoint gonna be a bit of an A split by the looks of it. Smoke deep on towards right. They will be pushed in and they will be cancelled by Safe and Disco. Duplin Bubble adds in on top of the Kremn, and that will be enough by the looks of it, as it leaves only Mighty Max and Surreal to challenge this and to fight this. Very vulnerable, very much isolated, and well, there we go, truly alone. Surreal, he's gonna have to worry about everything by himself. Smash will open up the pistol with a very rather clean round overall, clean performance. And I have to be honest, I did not expect Endpoint to push through that smoke when they deployed it on the right side of Ivy. When you push out, one would imagine they would be wanting to take deep CT control towards baseline, but rather than that, they pushed out Ivy and they got themselves caught in quite the precarious crossfire. 1-0 as Smash pick up the pistol.
Bit of a scrappy round from Endpoint. Oh, not scrappy, but a little bit sloppy. Giving Smash a clean start to the pistol. 5 kept alive. No force buy out of Endpoint. They'll be investing into round number 3 instead. Grenade's not going to do massive damage, but Bubble gets away with the early frag. MP9 always good for this type of position. The money-making weapon, as we know it, gets away with great damage. Whips out the USB, and that'll be a simple shutdown, but actually crucial. He might get away with a bomb plant, but not this time. Shock's able to close it out. Second round on the board for Smash. Fairly simple, fairly concise. Endpoint on to their first buy already. We know that Smash in this type of round will be keeping themselves onto their bonus weapons, MP9s and such, what they had from the previous round kept on the side. So a chance for Endpoint to reset, or not reset, but get back into the game, facing with the AKs. Max even down to a Galil just to afford the rest of the utility. But at least they've got a gun round early. Bubble, though. Oh, I thought he was about to push through the smoke. He will, oh, not through the smoke, but up toward ramp. He will have Shocks in support. Molotov keeps him back for now. Flash was perfect. Great entry by Surreal, but a good turnaround by Disco Doplin. But spotting 2 extra players on that B bomb site, that should be a insta call for Endpoint to start pressuring into this A side here. There's only 2 players on this site at the moment.
That's the thing. It should be an immediate rotation. Well, it is going to be coming in through baseline by Disco Doplin's hand, although he's already been spotted. They already know what to deal with that scout. And Grux finds himself one. Shocks, though, will be caught by Crucial, and that will leave him a little bit vulnerable as Disco Doplin now. They know that he was in baseline last. The only thing they have to do is make sure they don't get themselves caught in a crossfire. Or not even crossfire, excuse me, rather in a position where the scout can do severe damage. Economy is not exactly pristine here for Endpoint. And well, the first round will be theirs to take. Or their first round, of course. Smash, as you said, SMGs are not really going to be supporting that. The scout didn't really help out. Money is an issue as well. But it seems like we'll be seeing a pistol Kevlar buy. I like it. They're going to keep it simple. They're going to keep it very on the down low. We have Deagles. We have a little bit of utility here and there. And standard kind of commitment coming out from Smash, if you ask me here.
Yeah, pretty fast, pretty solid down toward that A site as to be expected. Clean round as well. Great entries. Bubble left isolated down toward the back of CT. Like you say, a pretty standard round, but one that guarantees success here. Bomb goes down. You can see now the T side already stacking the economy in the reserve, which I think is one of the major advantages that a T side has, because you can see Smash, already just after losing one round, have to go down to an eco endpoint. They win a round, they get a bomb plant and win a second. They've got like $5,000 in the bank. They'll be set up ready for this next round to come. Smash hopefully will be able to buy into the AWP. I am interested to see who will be picking up the sniping role. I presume it will be Disco Doppler. But again, without Fates, it does leave them very, very disadvantaged when facing off a player like Crucial. You're going to need a very flashy, not flashy, but quick reacting AWPer to be able to really challenge. Bubble will drop out the AWP for safe, as far as we can tell, so fair enough. He'll be picking up that role, something that he did back in the early Singularity days. But we'll see what he can do with it. Endpoint just choosing the 5 rifles, though. I respect this, not buying into an AWP early. They realize that they can, outsmart them with the utility rather than the AWP. But we'll see where this gun round leads them. Smash, unfortunately, being that CT side, gotta win this one to keep themselves stable. Money is always a down spiraling factor. But Endpoint, again, so far a very calm approach to that T side, despite the pistol, which again was a little bit sporadic. They've done well to really slow things down and focus on these first 2 gun rounds.
Yeah, hunker down a little bit and take control slowly. Make sure that, first of all, you don't get punished for any sort of map control that you try to overtake. And we can see right now the second smoke. Smash do indicate a second player on B, or at the very least, a rotation of such. Where most likely, though, they keep, or the Endpoint do read this as 2 players being on B. Smash is playing very, how to say this best would be, very much out in the open. They're leaving themselves vulnerable to multiple angles and attacks. And by the looks of it, with an A execution behind in mind for Endpoint, this could be a dangerous precedence. And, well, we can see right now that Grux is falling back, so they are realizing that themselves. They needed to be out of pop. Without electro control in pop, you are pretty much done on arrival. As Shocks will burn quite a little bit, he still gets a frag out of it. That's perfect. Robin supports with a pop flash, but it also it also blinds Surreal. Grux finds himself one before he falls, although Robin, there is the double. Disco Doppler, the reply is imminent. 10 seconds. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, time is really of the essence here. That bomb will be planted, but not going to get out of the round, unfortunately. Bubble and Disco Doppler pincering nicely. Close out the final 2. Retrieve the AWP. They'll keep the side alive. Endpoint. Bit more of a weaker round for them coming into that A-bomb site. Grux held his position quite nicely behind that smoke, though. Was able to at least get away with a kill to sway the round in their favor. But Crucial, as to be expected. As soon as he drops that AK or loses it, straight into an AWP. Full set of utility, full Kevlar. Smash. They'll be going in to round number 6. Looking to try and break Endpoint, get back to winning ways here. Ivy control looking to be established by Crucial. Goes for the initial shot. Safe at least spots the info. Shouldn't re-peek this, but definitely seems like he might want to. No, pulls away nicely. Needs to keep himself safe, protect the rest of the site. Jox already gets main control. I like this from Smash. They're actively looking for that map control, and that's, as a CT side, what you want to see. If they can box Endpoint in and start to maintain these close and personal angles, it pretty much narrows down their opportunities as to where they can attack here. Flashbang was absolutely perfect. Grux gets away with 2. Chance of a third as Robin is already low, and of course he'll get it. Beautiful Ivy control. That allows Shocks now to pincer in. That's a really nice round from Smash.
Yes, it is, as it does turn any idea that Endpoint might have had into mush. And we can see right now, Shocks, he's going to find another frag. He already knows close range. Well, he's a little bit wide on the receiving end, but fair enough. Surreal will punish that. Endpoint, though, in a bit of a troublesome spot, finding themselves to have issues trying to exit Site A, having issues to finding entries. Surreal will go into mid alone. Not sure if Thomas was just checking the flank or something, but it's a little bit weird seeing them go about this alone instead of focusing together and going in as a duo. But either way, Smash. Well, like we said, right? This is the Smash that we kind of expected. They are not exactly a weak team. They have displayed before. They are very strong and very quick to come to an advantage of their own. And that is the beauty of Smash. They have players that are absolutely capable of doing that. And when their mind is in the right place, when they're feeling good about it, we can see exactly this as a good advantage is starting to form up. Safe. He's got the op. Let's see how this works out. MP9 and Pop. Shocks will find one. This full buy for Endpoint could be crucial. Could be devastating if they fail to find anything. But Thomas! Okay. That is a little bit more lively now.
That is what you love to see. Bubble does drop the bomb eventually, but Mighty Max able to get a quick return. Safe left stranded 1-on-3. Surreal already had the angle covered. Very, very nice A-sided take. Thomas doing the majority of the work there, but it gets it done. T-side needs maybe a little bit of the heroic action just to wake this side up. They get themselves a solid round, break the bank of Smash in the process. A chance to already tie the scoreline, make it 4-4. Give themselves a little bit of a pedestal to start working from here, and especially being on the T side. If Endpoint get away with 6, 7, 8 rounds as that sort of barrier that we established, they'll be in a great position. 6 is that minimum you should be looking for, but any more will be perfect. But again, Smash have definitely shown us signs of life early in this map. We'll see how Endpoint can prevent that, though. Shifting out onto the back of the A-bomb site. It's a nice idea. Brooks holding the corner, already ratted out. Zeus not put to use. The rest coming down from the flanks. Thomas, of course, easy shutdown onto Bubble. Of course, it will be a 4th round for Endpoint. Smash maybe can get away with a kill or so if they group up on these final players on main or so, but they should be getting away with absolutely nothing here. Endpoint keeping it clean. 4-4, Smash into the rebuy. But again, they cannot allow Endpoint to keep up with these gun rounds. Economy and stabilization is vital on the CT side, especially early in the half.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I have to agree. They must at least somehow deny the 5 players surviving for Endpoint. You know, even if you lose a round, if you're able to take away at least 2 or 3 players at the minimum, you're doing somewhat of a job to try and contain your opponent, even if they're winning. Smash, I am not necessarily concerned about how quickly they drop a few rounds and how quickly they get pushed and have no response to that, but I'm more concerned, as I've said already in the pregame, their mentality can drop, their focus can drop, and if they start losing quickly and effectively have no impact for a few rounds in a row, there is a chance there could be commotion in the communications, there could be commotion overall, and not starting off as well as they might have imagined could definitely be an issue. Thomas, of course, trying to break the glass to go for a bit of a smoke action back into deep 6 potentially. Molotov under Pop. As Safe is again on the op. And he seems to be a decent enough of a replacement for Fates, at least for the time being, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's not the worst possible outcome here. Although, let's see if Smash read into this a little bit better. They seem to be a bit more aware of a potential B hit. And with that in mind, this could actually work for the defense, especially if Grux times his push behind them well.
With how slow that this round has been so far, you can almost guarantee that it is going to be a B-sided take. Smoke's now coming in over the top. Molotov down. Bubble on the close corner, though. Not yet being checked. Finally does, though. 2 players dead. Quick for the entry, but look at this. Here is Grux.
Oh, yeah. This is what
as we expected. Gets away with 1, but only 1, unfortunately. Bomb plant not able to be denied, and that will force a save out of Smash. E-bomb site taken. Endpoint secure the round. A 4-on-2. Despite 2 players being incredibly low, is not going to be viable for Smash. saving 2 weapons, but their economy tarnished. 5-4, and Endpoint will take the lead.
This is a little bit dangerous right now. Smash, one would have hoped for a bit of a better show of performance, but instead Grux, of course, only good for 1. The defense of B failing to provide any sort of meaningful answers or defensive whatsoever. Interestingly enough, Bubble, he seemed to have completely ignored Heaven when that should have been his ultimate focus. When that close smoke pops on Catwalk, you can be guaranteed that whoever is coming from Catwalk will be watching straight down onto site in between the box and, of course, ladder to try and find out that player that is usually positioned somewhere around there. And that smoke gives him exactly that option, the T side, of course, to peek down there. So Bubble, to me, it came as a surprise that he even decided to engage the players coming down ramp rather than, face with his back towards ramp and peek upside, top side, to try and make sure whoever could or will come through would be punished. But Endpoint 5-4. They're not exactly concerned about how it's all turning around. Money is there, taking the advantage, and should be another round here to them. Although with an M4 and the AWP, a save is definitely possible. Well, a saving grace for Smash is definitely possible. That somehow they could turn this round into their own.
Nice pressure onto the angle, at least forcing this AWP back. Realize now that the A-bomb site might be a better approach to make here. Despite 3 players being stacked, it's 3 lesser equipped players. Disco Doppler walking on through this time. Ooh, Max nearly coming through with a double there on Shocks. Will Robin check the corner though? Of course he won't. Easy shutdown. Safe gets away with a refrag, but leaves him isolated. Bubble at least able to retrieve the AK, but down into the 1-on-2. Molotov over the back, burning him down to 6. Crucial does miss the shot, but a single bullet will do the trick, and there we go. AWP shot to finish the job. 6-4. Smash back onto the rebuy. Safe will be able to afford an AWP or get dropped one. Either way, they'll have a sniper on the field. But Endpoint, you can see just by winning this run of rounds now that they've got $10,000, $11,000 in the reserve for some of these players. B-side already feeling incredibly confident, and flow of the play starting to go in their favor as well. This is the one thing that we know when teams have a stand, and it just doesn't feel the same, unfortunately. Thomas, there's the beautiful first entry. They see Safe on the back of the site as well. They spot a second player, nearly a lineup, but a good double in return. Make it 3 and a 4 to follow. Crucial left isolated. Endpoint getting a little unlucky. The timing could not have been worse for them, but a smash. That's the round they needed. 4 players kept alive and a fairly clean one.
Exactly. As they are able to survive the onslaught early on and keep a pace. Keep up with the pace. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, sneezing is the worst. And of course, Endpoint, they won't be exactly cornered by that. They have enough money to rebuy. We can see this clearly right now. Thomas is already pushing out Olaf as well. He's very quick on the assault. Although Grux might be awaiting him well in Sandwich. Nobody spots each other. That's interesting enough. Grux goes for seconds and will find seconds. Unfortunately, he will find thirds as well, as Crucial is awaiting that, or at least seemingly aware, as the refrag is almost imminent. We do have Endpoint looking for another A split though. Utilities being lined up. Smokes should be starting to fly soon enough, and overall, Smash really prepared for that. I mean, 3 players on defense. There comes the smoke. There comes the Molotovs. This is a dead giveaway. This is a... Let's see if it works, actually. Shocks doesn't check his corner, though. Pushes into pop. Without checking your position, Shocks, that will be usually a death sentence. Disco Doppler, though, at least keeping it at a 3-on-3.
Pulls back up for the peak as well. Surreal gets away with 1. Match the second. They'll wrap it up easy. But we're not able to survive. 7-5 for Endpoint. Thankfully, their money is there for Smash. It's not great, though. 2 players can afford. 3 will have to take an eco. It seems like that should be the approach that they take here, although Smash will take a tactical timeout to decide that. Using their first of the game. The right time to definitely do so, but Endpoint seeming to now look quite the more comfortable side here, especially with this being the T half that they're playing. They can guarantee 8 or 9 rounds. That'd be a perfect number to transition into the second half. If they win the final 3, double digits on a T side is very punishing. Smash do need to go for some sort of preventative measure, and as I say that, they bring out double AWP, Disco Doppler and Bubble both to wield them this time. Safe onto the M4. They'll go for a bit of a switcheroo of the roles, it seems. Secondary AWP down onto Glass Cannon is always a scary prospect, but we'll see how it handles for them. If they do lose this round, though, Endpoint will be on their way to that 9th round, most likely. Or Smash can really do anything about it. Crucial wants to take the initial peek down towards Ivy. Flashbang keeps the first man back, but do they account for the second down towards Ivy? Bubble already being tagged. Max again not checking these corners. Vital mistake. Brooks able to take out 3. That's the round already gone.
Smash is taking matters into their own hands, and it's nice to see that Disco Doppler will lock it out, and if the round wasn't gone up until that point, well, certainly now it is. Thomas, the last guy standing. I'm not sure if he even wants to survive here. Well, I mean, loss bonus is not exactly great. Obviously, it's at, I think, minimum. So at that point, yeah, survival wouldn't be the worst case. Still, though, it's like, you know, do you want to do more damage? Do you want to try and punish your opponents? And, well, punish might not be the right word, but you try and diminish their economy, try and take away whatever money they might be able to save up. Potentially break even. Endpoint, on the other hand, you know, they have 7 rounds, so it's not like it's a concern. They're doing a good job for themselves. They're in a pretty decent position. This is overall a comfortable spot to be sitting in as Endpoint, even if they do not get any more rounds after this. But there's the op that gets dropped. Luckily, Grux will not suffer any more casualties, or at least will not be another casualty. 6 rounds to Smash. It's not the worst, but it's not the best as well. It's certainly lacking a little bit in flair.
Yeah, it's all about preventative here now for Smash. Great round as they do get back into the game, but with Endpoint on a rebuy, if they win this one, the chance that they can make it 8-7, break the bank for the final round of the first half, and really just barely secure it to ride into the second half with it. Wouldn't be perfect, but it's definitely an advantage they would look to take here. B-bomb site seems to again be pressured. Oof, Disco Doppler though. Great first already. Bubble with the second through the smoke. Thomas, good return, but they've got to pressure the site now. Bomb will go down. 4-on-3 retake. Oh, nearly a lineup. Mighty Max doesn't get any of them, though. Had a chance of 2 and gets absolutely nothing. Thomas trying to play on the back of the bomb site. I believe he's already been spotted, and of course he has. Players starting to encroach this site now, making it so much harder for the retake. Smoke will begin to dissipate.
Oh, this timing by Thomas, though.
Oh, sprayed through the smoke with a CZ. Crucial rotates, 1-on-3. Viable. Flashbang misses its port of contact, though, and there we go. Round will be over. 7-7. Smash get away with it. Safe even finishes the job through the smoke as well. Wipes away at a secondary AWP. 7-7. Should be 8 coming soon. The buy round of Endpoint for the final one. Very, very limited compared to what they had in the previous.
Oh, yes, most definitely. But again, I think it's just important to note that they are not exactly concerned about the outcome here. They have themselves more than enough rounds already, right? So it's not like they're going to be overly complicated or complicating their lives if they fail to pick this one up as well. Whilst for Smash, I would have expected them to be a little bit more successful on their own CT side. Although we'll see how they fare moving forward. Either way, as you said, money is a problem for Endpoint, so they have to focus on being very effective with the 2 rifles, the Mech 10 that they have, and all 5 seemingly gathering towards Ivy, or at least 3 currently, and maybe 1 more joining them soon after. Does indicate a potential split or a potential quick take of A through Ivy, which I've never really seen being too effective, as it leaves you vulnerable coming in through very tight angles. You kind of let yourself be usually shelled in, and well, with any Molotovs that Smash might have left, could be locked in place as well. Oh, by the way, balls of steel by Safe that he pushes into main with the op, right? Yeah, it's like, damn, you really don't care, do you? Well, the answer seems to be no. Here comes the deep 6 smoke, and let's see this execution in play.
He's in a great position to at least defend both Main and Ivy, but Surreal able to take care of him. Safe with a nice flick to return the frag. Back to a 4-on-4 as pressure applied. Robin gets away with the Tech 9 frag. Bubble and Grux, though, working together nicely. Leaving Crucial isolated back at the bomb site. Will not be spotted crossing over at least, so has maybe the element of surprise to play with, but with 10 seconds left on the clock, has to try and commit to the plant. Gets himself an AK. Already on the side of the smoke, though. Smash, they'll secure 8 to 7, make it as close as it can be, but at least get themselves into the second half with a 1-round advantage, though. With Endpoint, 7 rounds is good. We know they're going to be comfortable moving into the second half. Got players, a great amount of frags. Grux having a perfect game so far as well. Second half, we'll see where it goes here. Endpoint, I think 7 is good. They might have expected maybe to be able to get 8 or 9 out of this, but playing as a T side, 7 rounds is pretty much perfect to transition into the second half. Pistol round will be the decider as to who really takes that first leg up. But it's as close as it can be. Even if it goes wrong, they're only going to be, 10-7, 11-7 before the rebuy. Speaking of this second half, before we do get into it, of course, make sure to check out the giveaway provided to you by skinbaron.com. In association with Grid, of course, we've got a Bayonet Damascus Steel up for grabs, along with the M4A1S skin from the brand new case, and all of the goodies on skinbaron.com. Voucher codes to get €10 for free to be able to pull skins off their site. If you do want to trade on Skin Baron as well, you can definitely do that. There is a link in the Twitch panels. Go down and trade your skins. But second half, Endpoint now on that CT side. We'll see what they can do, but Smash, 2 sets of utility. This smells like a B-sided take.
It certainly does. With a Molotov and no smoke, usually that would be the case. Mighty Max and Robin, though, and the line is just denied. The conga line is absolutely shut down, and yeah, that was beautiful to watch. Aiming up and shooting down, and well, let's see if Endpoint might be able to make this second half a little bit more dominant in their own name. As you said yourself, 8-7 is not the worst, but Smash still getting themselves a hefty amount of rounds in a considerable, Endpoint getting themselves a considerable amount of rounds on the T side gives them a little bit of an extra bonus early on, and if they're able to succeed, well, with the pistol that they have already, and then the first gun round coming up, they'll be smooth sailing up to that 9th or 10th round, and they really will put a lot of pressure on Smash in general. And when teams are under pressure, that is usually the likely time that they will make mistakes playing. And Mighty Max seems to be very aware of Safe there behind the corner. Yeah, he seems to be extremely acutely aware of that, and yeah, he will be able to get him, although Bubble with a Glock at long range. Disco Doppler as well with a Glock. They take down 2 players. Can somebody please call the coroner, because that is a bit of a Crucial and Surreal. Boys, you just died against Glocks, mates.
Yeah.
From very far away. That's unusual.
As well.
Yeah, exactly. That's another perfect point. Smash. The money's here. Let's see how they do it.
So far, so good. AK's coming up. Disco Doppler, is he going to buy into the sniper? No, they'll keep hold of 5 rifles this time. Crucial will be down onto just an M4 himself as well. Dropped out by Robin there, so they still have plenty of utility. A fairly even round across the buys here, actually. Oof, nice nade for Thomas. Drops him down to 67. Good return of the tags, though. Bullets flying back in his direction. Keeps Bubble incredibly low, actually. Down to 9. Safe tag down as well. This is a rough start, although Grux catches Thomas off guard down towards Ivy. Spray onto Max connects as well. Significant damage done to both sides here, but finally a refrag onto Crucial. Shocks again, though, able to respond. That plant will go down for now. Crucial not wanting to commit to this as damage has already been inflicted. Trying to be isolated. Surreal keeps his teammates safe, but only barely. Back to a 3-on-3 for this retake. They've got the kits and plenty of utility. That Molotov does its wonders. Forces out the first. Crucial
bubble.
Burning bubble inside of Popdog as well. Shock's now isolated. That should be enough here to close the round, and it is.
Yes, it is. Close call there. Bubble, if he had stayed alive, potentially, there would have been a way back into the round for Smash. But as soon as they lost control of Safe there, or excuse me, of Shocks in pool, and later on you could see Grux and obviously Bubble being caught at Electro and Pop, that was pretty much the calling card. And Endpoint, a little bit of a bloody ending, but they secure it. They do lose a hefty amount of their own economy alongside that, but they're not exactly losing their minds because of it. They have enough to rebuy the up on Crucial. Money is still going to be a bit brittle, but we can see the rest of Smash are kind of in the same position. They've pretty much used up all of their reserves, the bonus money from the plant and everything of the like. Either way, it is going to be, by the looks of it, another A split. Not necessarily a full commitment yet, though, and could still be hitting B behind all of it, if they decide to do so, of course. As Mighty Max spots himself a few juicy targets early on Ivy.
Info to be gathered at least early by Endpoint. They'll now be aware of what is to come. Down on toward this site. Great spam. Thomas again being tagged so heavily down toward the bottom of this A-bomb site approach. Bubble, mightily aware of what could be coming his way. The form of Surreal. Molotov again keeping Robin very low. There's the refrag. Already a great start. The damage so heavy onto Endpoint here. Boost over the top. Gives no vision. With Thomas inside of heaven, he's pretty much the most important player to be watching Ivy at this point. Really able to trade back a kill of his own, actually. Takes out Grux from inside of Popdog. Can now fall back to the site, but look at the way that they're set up here. Thomas already isolated. Mighty Max might just fall as well. Gets away with a refrag. Pinsard still.
Oh, no way.
Great return. Back to a 2-on-2. This might keep the round alive here.
I think that's the only reason why it's still even alive, as we do see Surreal, though, walks out of connector, completely ignorant of the Electro position, as Disco Doppelin gives him a new haircut. Crucial, a 1-on-2. He's got the AWP, so he's gonna have to be very careful what he does next. He has time on his hands, so it's not like it's the end of the world if he takes a few moments for himself. Oh, the timing. He's going to be angling it perfectly. Crucial spots one. That's Disco Doppelin down. On backside, though, he thinks it's Thomas in heaven that is his opponent. Instead, well, backside. Shocks. 9-10 as Smash will find their first, and what a first it will be. It also destroys Endpoint economically speaking. They're down to bare bones and left with bare bones effectively. Scouts, a single M4 and 2 deagles. Utility almost non-existent.
Yeah, this is where Smash can really get themselves back into the game now. A chance to not just tie the score and break Endpoint, but take the lead in the process as well here. Start to really push this T side in their favor now. Bubble does take a hit. Can presume from the scouts, or the many scouts that are in the side of Endpoint here. 2 on the board. Deagles again, we know can be a nuisance. So Bubble trying to tempt fate down in towards Popdog. An A-sided stack for Endpoint, realizing that Smash had success on the site previously, so they'll look to put maybe pressure back onto it yet again, and that is exactly what they are doing here. Thomas holding quite the close angle. Grux not yet peeking into him, but I think he might have spotted a shoulder or the barrel of the deagle. Either way, doesn't matter because Thomas is now dead. Good little entry to start. Pins her in through Ivy to come. Max does get away with a refrag and a tag there. Robin with the assistance. Out through Popdog he goes. Robin, plenty of damage, just not able to be collaborated by anybody else. Three
Yeah.
kills is nice, but Smash take the round 10-10. Eco to come. It's opportunity for Smash now to gain the lead.
Yeah, this is where Smash can start to put themselves ahead of the curve, perhaps. If they'll be quick enough on their toes and effective enough on their toes, maybe, just maybe, that's what we'll be seeing. Although, let's hold on for a second and let's see if perhaps the USPSs in a full eco could work some magic. We've seen that before, so I wouldn't exactly put it past Endpoint to be able to do that, particularly last week. But then again, well, seems like Smash do keep control of their own side quite effectively and quite nicely. That should be enough. Shocks might still suffer a loss or might still be fragged, but that's about it. Okay. Oh boy, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's down to safe left with an AWP and cutting it very close. The corner is almost gone. That was extremely close, and luckily it's not the end of the line there for them.
Thankfully, yeah, not going to make too big of an issue. Thankfully, Safe was, well, in the right place at the right time. Smash to establish a lead, but it is Endpoint back to the buy round. It's not a plentiful one, though. Max even down to a FAMAS to be able to accommodate for the rest. The utility. Endpoint will be starting to really become a little bit worried now here. Double stack toward the B bomb site, though. This is the right way to be going about this round, as Smash have showed no signs over towards A. They can almost confirm that it is going to be a B-sided take. Out through heaven they go. Crucial and Surreal. Great little double to already find. Gives them a lot of pressure in this round. Robin gets away with one extra as well. Crucial still alive. Disco Doppler being low. This should be the round secured. And the B-bomb site take. Not working out this time for Smash. Endpoint, very convincing hold. They'll be able to swipe some weapons off of the back of this one as well. Upgrade into those AKs. That's exactly what they'll be doing. Safe last man. Maybe a chance to deal some damage, but I doubt that he gets any more than a kill or so. And this should be, again, the score's tied up. This game is feeling a lot closer now.
Indeed it is. Seems to be a bit of a wake-up call for Smash, and it's nice to have it for a difference. That it's not just a roll down and a roll around. And we can see right now that Endpoint is certainly starting to get a little bit frustrated by the way it's all going. The fact that they're denied any sort of chance, even with rifles. Time out or stop of the round. Yeah, round will be stopped as
yeah, there we go.
Yeah. As soon as you hear, as soon as I hear chat, I'm like, okay, what's wrong? Who's flaming or who's calling for a pause? There's always one or the other. Nothing in between. But yeah, we're gonna have a quick stop, so don't worry, folks. Just a quick hold up. We've already reset the round, apparently, as far as I can tell, so it shouldn't be a problem for us to continue in a matter of moments. Classic TeamSpeak issues, probably, or something of the like, as it usually is. Either way, we are going to have the gun round here for Endpoint. That is quite crucial, quite important. If they fail to win, if they fail to pick it up, this could translate into 13 rounds to Smash, maybe even more. And, well, that all of a sudden puts Endpoint in a very weird position. And weird, I mean, well, dangerous position, as they will be on the verge of potentially losing this first map. Well, this best of one, effectively, not the first map.
Yeah, they've put themselves in quite the precarious position here. Endpoint will be pressuring down towards Ivy, though, as Max peeks out. Doesn't matter, though, because Smash get the initial frag. Thomas missing the Molotov as well. Is going to keep Smash short, isolated in towards Ivy, or trapped in here, but it doesn't stop them pulling back just yet. Thankfully not able to secure the rifle. So it doesn't give them an extra weapon, but with players like Grux and Shocks on the side with Desert Eagles, there is always still a bit of a threat here. We can't take that away from them. Thomas seems to have spotted info down towards main. I think a shoulder or so visible for him, but it's info for the side that is more valuable at this point. Molotov might just come down at perfect timing. Disco Doppler spotted down Ivy as well. Thankfully able to deal with him. Safe on the hero AK, though. Gives a second weapon to be played with. Crucial. Perfect timing on the spam through the smoke. Isolates down into a 2-on-2 and just barely gets out of the situation alive. 12-11. Eco round to come for Smash, and Endpoint, a massive opportunity to now extend the barrier by not just a single round.
It really is. It really is. You know, this is, or was, one of the more important ones, as we said. Smash, if they were to have picked it up, they would have been able to most likely keep on dominating the CT economy and effectively keep them down low with their heads and tails between their legs, whilst for Endpoint, they're able to return it like such. They do put up a lot of pressure on Smash itself at 13-11, that it will be coming up most likely. Smash know that their chances of taking this map are now getting, well, are dropping by each and every passing round, but also if you have to face with an opponent that is on 13 and you know that one gun round could change everything, could actually put them on map point and of course series point, there's going to be so much more stress about it. There's going to be so much more, not necessarily fear, but concern about it, that you're destined to make a mistake or two, even unwantingly. And right now, a clean one for Endpoint, perfectly done. And this is where it's at. This is where Smash have to shut down effectively immediate Endpoint. Otherwise, I do not see them winning this map, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've got to agree. We know that Endpoint love themselves a 16-11 as well, so if there's any time like the present to close out a map, it would be here, as Endpoint have started to now gather that momentum. Interestingly enough, that they're not even playing with Crucial and an AWP either. Onto the AK, so playing a little bit more of not a weakened setup, but definitely maybe a more versatile one. Robin inside a Pop Dog, trying to bait for the angle, see if Disco Doppelin offers him anything. As long as he keeps repositioning, he'll be okay to not take any further damage. Nade over the top, doesn't do too much though, keeps everybody alive. Molotov will be a little bit of a nuisance. Tag onto Bubble, great start from Thomas though. Boost onto Connector works out beautifully, gives us Endpoint that early entry, and like you say, this gun round, if they lose it here on the side of Smash, it is series point that will be on the way most likely. Bubble trades, but so does Crucial. Keeps the man advantage in their favor, and with no map control whatsoever, Smash are essentially having to go in, or going to have to make a decision right here about where they want to hit. It will be the A side. Fox is going to try and see what he can find down towards Ivy. Safe. The perfect response. Closes out Mighty Max and now puts the bomb site under threat. Shocks in those backlines of CT. He's always going to be a nuisance, but it depends on Thomas here. If he stays alive beyond the smoke, then maybe there's a chance, but Shocks, that is absolutely perfect. Trades it back to a 3-on-2 and gives Smash the advantage.
This could be a problem. Thomas, though, able to keep the numbers down as 15 seconds, the clock runs down quite deep. Disco Doppelin denies Thomas, and with the plant being set behind the site, Robin now has to find himself the one-on-one, and he sees Shocks as he swings out of Connector. Unfortunately, it does not change anything, as the round itself still goes to Smash. An important victory here. Smash picking up a round that might have just saved them the entire best of one, and that, I'm not exaggerating here. This is, or over-exaggerating. This is most certainly, you know, it was a vital round, and that's it. You know, without them picking it up, most likely we see Endpoint closing out the series here with success.
That's called timeout for Smash as well. Gives them that little bit of discussion time. Double AWP. Blast cannon for Mighty Max. Definitely a risk, but it's also a risk that is worth taking at this point. They know that Smash economically are down in the dirt. The rebuy that they've made into this round breaks the economy yet again, so they can put the effort in here to close out round number 14, 15. Might just come as a little bit of a freebie. Max, though, this is a very big risk for him to take. Down towards Ivy he goes, waiting for the angle to see what he can find. Spots out safe and gets the entry. Shocks surely will not be expected in this type of position, but Max, he's good for 2, make it 3. Bomb is already down, round should be gone. control again established by Endpoint.
This is going to be Endpoint, yeah, once again taking matters into their own hands. And it's so unusual seeing, of course, on one side, Smash being able to quickly dominate Endpoint. And yeah, sure, finding themselves in some weird precarious positions early on. But then on the next round, it's just an immediate shutdown back again, and Endpoint on the 14th with the economy destroyed for Smash. This is a crucial moment. Bubble will find a return. That is vital. Right now, Surreal has to stay alive as well. His positioning is crucial to the round itself. Endpoint cannot afford to lose the backside, and indeed they do not. Robin helps him hold. It is a 3-on-3 still. Disco Doppler, the numbers being kept even.
The Real does manage to return it back. Again, the advantage reinstated. Bubble, I believe, might have been spotted retreating towards main. Repositioned somewhat, but head still visible. They know where he is now, of course. Can put the players down onto the defuse. Surreal. Bit of a sacrifice, crucial. Thankfully, connects the shot, though. 15-12. Endpoint. Map and series point in their favor now. And with the money not as well inhibited for Smash as we might have imagined, Galil's to afford the utility just to get a little bit in their side at all, really. This is an incredibly weakened buy round. Endpoint might have just done enough to snatch the victory here. Double AWP seems to have worked a treat. Mighty Max doing well on that aspect. But it's down to Smash. 3 rounds in a row, or the map goes to Endpoint.
Oh, absolutely. This is it. This is the final curtain closing. As Crucial will find himself an entry already. The double up coming to work. Let's see if it takes another surprising blow here at, well, at Ivy, at Shocks, and seemingly it does. This is becoming dangerous more and more by each and every moment. And let's see what the outcome here will be. The 2 AKs, the 2 Galils, there's still a way to get out of this one. If perhaps Smash have the lucky star on their side, maybe they can make it happen. But Thomas already, Robin as well. There it is, I think. Yep, there it will be. Safe. Last guy standing. Does not close it out. The best of one is gone. 16-12. Final score. A Smash will be having to take a bit of an L.